Paintings, murals, installations infuse warmth, color, and beauty into the environment. And the presence of such type of art in the hospitals counteract with the clinical and sterile atmosphere often associated with medical facilities. Art humanizes the clinical space and provides a much needed distraction in a hospital setting. Hi, I'm Manisha Vedpathak and I welcome you all to my channel. Today our guest is Dr. Madhavi Mehendale. Dr. Madhavi is an eye surgeon in her own well-equipped eye hospital, Prakash Eye Hospital, since last 30 years, specialized in stitchless cataract surgery by phacoemulsification. Receiver of many academic awards, she has 2 master's degrees, Masters in Fine Arts Painting and Masters in Visual Arts. She has written several books, out of which 2 are based on the legendary artists Michelangelo and Paul Gauguin. So we are very delighted to have you with us, Doctor. A very, very warm welcome to my channel. Thank you. Before I start my art questions, actually I would like to know, we all would like to know your artistic journey. How did you land in SLDT and did your 2 masters in SLDT?
Yeah, actually, as you know, I'm a medical practitioner by profession. And I like painting, drawing since my childhood, but there was no awareness. Like if you're interested in arts, what do you do? I mean, how you can go ahead with the career and all that. Even my parents didn't have any exposure to this field, and our education system, at least at that time, it was very rigid. When I entered medical profession, I didn't have any opportunity to learn art or pursue my art. So after, and of course I like my profession. It is not that I don't like my profession. But after achieving kind of some success in my profession, I had reached a plateau where a kind of boredom had started percolating in my daily routine. So I was looking at opportunities, and one of my patients was doing this MA in Fine Arts from SLT. So I asked her about the timings and all that, and I just went there and asked the authorities whether I can pursue this course. They gladly accepted me, and I gladly completed the course.
Fantastic. So it must have been really hectic with your busy schedule as a doctor to attend all the classes of masters.
Yeah, it was absolutely very hectic, but at the same time, I enjoyed it immensely. I can tell you this, you will also find it amusing that I was sharing my journey with my patients.
Oh,
because I was telling my patients, now I have to attend a lecture, so I have to go. So I have to keep my bag ready, the brushes, the pencil, and everything. And the patients then used to ask me, what did you learn today? Sometimes we had this portrait, live portrait drawing and painting. So some of my patients had accompanied me as models.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So that's how I could complete the thing. And I also did my masters in visual arts after that.
Yes. So why did you after you did your masters in fine arts? What was the reason that you went for masters again in visual arts?
See, my profession is very demanding, and I realized that unless I have something like a coaching class or some kind of commitment of few hours for this painting and drawing, it will not have been possible for me to continue. I would have been again immersed in my practice, in my patients, and maybe I could have just forgotten about it. So I wanted to keep it going, ongoing. So I again enrolled my name there,
Okay.
and it was really enriching for me. I would say, it was a turning point in my life, definitely, because I am a very, very academic person, a very science-based personality, and suddenly this field of art I could get exposure to this field of arts.
But in your family, was there any artist or was there any artistic environment in the family that you were drawn to the art?
I would say not really. My mother used to sing.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was a singer on Akashvani.
Okay.
Yeah, so but in drawing and painting, there was no one around me, but I just liked it.
Wow, we have seen paintings in your clinic and they're amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, taking time out from your busy schedule and do the painting must be really very satisfying, right?
Yeah. Again, I'm a surgeon, and it is expected from a surgeon that the surgeon will not commit any mistake.
Yes.
Okay. So for every surgery, for every second in the surgery, you have to give your 100%.
Right.
And when I am running my own hospital, I'm responsible for everything. Like the machinery has to be in proper shape. If the electricity is not there, I'm responsible. If something goes wrong in the operation theatre, I'm responsible. So when I first started my learning in arts, it was a kind of relief for me because I realized that here I'm a human being and I'm allowed to commit mistakes. Which, though I'm a human being, I'm not expected to commit mistakes in my operation theatre. So I'm allowed to commit mistakes. Not only that, my mistakes can be rectified by someone else.
Right.
Even if they are not rectified, it doesn't matter. I can create another piece of art, and in art, there are no mistakes.
There are no mistakes. That's what I was going to say just
Yeah,
now.
there are no mistakes. So that you're just expressing yourself. You're expressing yourself in words when you're writing, and you're expressing yourself in paints, in drawing, when you don't have any words to express what you want to say.
Right.
So that expressing myself was a great relief, great happiness for me, and it was very enriching for me.
Okay.
So, being a doctor and being an artist, I found that these two things are very complementary to each other.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So it was a stress buster also for me, and it was very, very creative for me.
Right. Right. So now you are an artist. Okay.
But
before, you are an artist. And so before doing your masters, looking at any artwork, how you used to connect with the artwork at that time, and how you connect to art now after being an artist? Is there any difference now?
I won't say myself. I won't say that I'm an artist. I have just got some introduction in this field of art, I would say, because I realized that I have not given those many hours for this field.
Yes.
As I should have given, but somehow it's not possible. But after doing my masters, I really got a lot of exposure to many artists, their works, and because we had a lot of theory also, I could study about the artists, their journey, and what kind of art they have produced, and how the art produced by them is relevant for that particular time of the artist when he was living in that era. So now I can relate to all that.
Okay.
I can relate with the isms, I can relate with their techniques, I can relate with their expressions. Earlier, I don't think I had any kind of knowledge, but it was just a kind of pleasure and a kind of curiosity. How this person could have done this piece of art, what must be his thoughts behind this piece of art, all this. But now I can sort of interpret it in my own way. But as a person, as an individual, I feel that if you allow the person to, get immersed into art, express in art, then many times the patient will feel better.
Distracted, I think. Will be distracted
Distracted also,
from whatever pain
and
he has.
it will help in healing.
Right.
it will help you heal.
Right, right. That is what we are actually going to discuss. That how art works in the hospitals are, has a huge impact on the overall healing process of the patients. So when you are going to the hospitals, how many hospital, or let's not say how many, but do you actually see artworks in the hospitals?
Nowadays, yes. Nowadays, yes.
Okay.
Nowadays, the walls are displaying a lot of artworks.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you one interesting incidents,
Mm-hmm.
though it is not related to visual arts. But when I am in operation theatre and when I am operating, my patients are under local anesthesia.
Yes.
So they are aware of what is going around in the operation theatre. Someone is talking, someone is discussing something, and obviously they are tense and listening very intently. So normally I play music. I ask the patient which music the patient prefers, and I play that music in the operation theatre. But once after the surgery was completed, the patient told me, "Doctor, I was sure that everything was going on very fine." I asked him how. He said, "Because you were singing."
Oh.
I was humming, I was singing. He said, "Obviously that means that everything is fine.
Yes.
If there is suppose any complication, obviously you won't be singing, doctor."
Right, right.
So that it is a language, it is a way of communication. So in hospitals, if you have paintings, it will definitely have a positive effect. It will definitely help the patient relax their mind. Divert, yes, to some extent, but it will help in relaxing their minds and making them feel better. In case of my patients, as I told you, we kind of, we had a special bond when I was studying my arts in my college. So we used to discuss, every time we used to discuss. So apart from the disease, we had a very different topic to discuss.
Okay.
Me and my patients. Doctor asked me, what is new? What did you paint? Doctor, this is very nice. How come you did this? So, all this discussion also relieves the tension.
Exactly. Just entering a clinic and meeting a doctor itself is a very fearful thing. I mean, not the fear of the doctor, but fear of what is happening to the world.
Yeah. So the patient feels at ease, patient feels happy, he feels more relaxed to discuss his agonies or even whatever suppressed things are there in his mind, because most of our treatment is physical as well as counseling.
Yeah.
Most of it.
Right.
So when the patient is relaxed, counseling becomes very easy.
Okay. So during counseling, do you actually use artworks, or it's just
No, it is there in the background.
Okay. So the artworks in the hospitals, do you think this helps only the patients and I mean even the staff around, the caregivers, everybody gets benefits from the artworks?
Of course, they are human beings.
Exactly.
Patients are human beings, doctors are human beings, staff, caretakers, everyone gets benefited. Everyone's mind is relaxed, and sometimes even the staff who's like maybe a sweeper or that staff has also come to me and told me that even I would like to do painting, little bit of sketching. So I give her some material to the person and I encourage them.
Okay.
So it is it is a language, it is a communication between two people.
Right. I haven't seen your hospital, Prakash Eye Hospital. I've been to your clinic and I've seen paintings everywhere in the clinic, but I haven't been to the hospital. So do you have your artworks hung in the hospital as well?
Yeah. Actually, I have just shifted to a new place, but the earlier place had all these paintings.
Great.
And in fact, it is all around me. Paintings, I also do a little bit of wood carving.
Yes, wood
So all that
carvings.
material is also around me. So whenever I'm talking to patient, I'm doing something or showing the patient something. So I'm with my artwork.
Okay. So my next question will be, where should these artworks be in the hospital? Which should be the main areas where this artwork should be hung?
I don't think that you can, define any such thing.
Mm-hmm.
It can be anywhere. It can be in the waiting room. It can be in the consulting room. But sometimes there should not be too many artworks.
Right.
There should be some blank places as well. because otherwise you cannot appreciate the artwork. So if you hang too many pieces, it will be just kind of jumbling, crowding, and none can get appreciated.
I think one huge piece also can
Yeah, yeah,
really good impact.
yeah. So few selected pieces is a good way of displaying.
Okay.
They can be displayed anywhere.
And I think, what are your thoughts on curating the while curating the art for the hospitals? Artwork should be curated in such a way that particular department should have that type of artwork. For example, pediatric department should have paintings of cartoons or something, which shows the children's world.
I don't agree with this.
No?
No, art should have no boundaries.
Okay.
Because even children should get exposure to good landscapes, good portraits. Why not?
Yeah.
Of course, you can display the cartoons, but not always cartoons. Why?
No, not only cartoons, but to show the children world, I mean to say.
Yeah, that is okay. But I mean, we are underestimating them. They have so much to. They can absorb so much. They can imbibe so much. In fact, we should show them good artwork.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that we should, limit the artworks in any kind of boundary.
Okay.
It should be free display, and good artwork is a good artwork. Of course, any artwork is a good artwork.
Any artwork is a good artwork. I totally agree with that. Yes. And coming to the type of artwork, normally in hospital, I mean, you are an artist. And just now you said that any artwork is a good artwork. But taking the healing process of the patients into mind, what type of artworks do you see in the hospitals?
Again, I think as now I'm being an academician and scientist, there are no proofs about this, or there is no study about this, that this kind of artwork will help healing. There is no such study. I don't do it because I am not aware. So again, we cannot label any artwork that this will help in the healing. It is just what will initiate the feeling of happiness, feeling of peace within. So that is important, and it is very, very subjective. Even if you feel that this painting should initiate or should have a feeling of peace inside the patient mind, it may not. So it's a very subjective feeling.
Okay.
So you cannot select like that.
But like generalize, if we talk about generalized patients, won't it be, we say that nature is a healer itself. So won't it be that the artwork can be a nature painting?
Yeah, you can have
Which will give more, of course, any photograph also.
Yeah, so it need not be painting.
Yeah, it need not be a painting, any photograph also, but the nature painting, because nature itself is a healer.
Yeah.
So nature painting, of course, will be a good healing.
It will.
It will help.
Yeah, it will help. But again, one should not limit it to only nature.
Yeah, of course.
Just
and as you said, this can also happen that there is a painting of a nature, there is some painting of a pond or something, and that may trigger some patient's memory, and the patient will become very restless. Even that can happen actually.
These things, we cannot control.
Yeah.
We cannot anticipate. We cannot know about this. So, I mean, we can do whatever we feel best.
But as you said just now that studies, there are no studies as such. But I have read on the internet, and I have even said in my introduction that the studies have been conducted that some patients were kept in the room from where they were having a lookout of the trees, and some patients were kept in the room where there was empty wall, brick wall. And the process of healing is faster into the patients who are looking into the nature than the patients.
These are there. No,
because this type of studies have been conducted over and time again. I have read on the internet. I myself have no proof as such, but I have read on the internet that these studies have been taking place.
Are there any studies related to type of paintings that should be hung in a hospital?
Yes, normally they say that nature paintings, because nature is a healer, so nature paintings are most. I mean, there is no proof as such that it helps, but it is preferred by most of the doctors and most of the patients. Nature paintings are preferred.
Yeah, I mean, in a broad sense, yes, the statement we can accept it.
Yes. Even the abstract paintings, because abstract paintings, I mean, uh, patients are the viewers and they can have their own perspective for the abstract paintings. Now, coming to the colors in the artworks, what do you think about colors? What colors should be there in the artwork for the hospital? Again, we are thinking about the healing process.
Yeah, but I don't think I can comment on this because again, I haven't read about any study on this, and I have not studied about this. So I would say bright colors should give a feeling of happiness, but
Okay.
I don't have any comments on this.
Okay. So I think maybe the artworks can be done according to the color therapy, I think, because color therapy also is used for healing process. So maybe the artworks which fit into that color therapy maybe suitable to hang on the walls, right? Yes. So my next question would be, if you are given a chance to advocate the paintings in the hospitals, would you be opt to do it? Would you opt to do
Very
it?
much. Yes, more than willing.
So coming to my last question, what would you like to say about my initiative to create awareness of the artworks in the hospital? I'm sure you as an artist will agree to this, but as a doctor, what would you like to say?
I would say one really has to appreciate this initiative, because even if today there are not enough studies, at least it provokes, a kind of thought process in someone's mind. And maybe the hospital owners or the administrators, at least they will start thinking about which paintings, whether to put paintings, how many paintings, where, and all that, and they will give it a serious thought. So this is a thought provoking kind of yeah. So I really appreciate this.
Yes.
And this is a very, very different approach to this subject.
Right.
So I really appreciate you and your work for this, and you should keep doing it. Maybe after a few years we can come out with some concrete solutions or concrete answers to your questions as to which colors, which type of paintings. We will be able to do that. But it is definitely worth huge appreciation.
Okay. Thank you so much. On this note, we come to an end to our interview, and thank you very much, Doctor, for such insightful conversation. And it was great to know about your artistic journey. And thank you so much for taking time to come for the shoot.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.